From the moment the game started, it was clear this was going to be a battle of wits like no other. The Jeopardy round kicked off with some fascinating categories. And of course, fun one called Before and After. Sarah, true to form, started strong, building a steady lead by expertly navigating the history and literature clues. She seemed unstoppable, finding her rhythm early on. But Mark wasn't letting her get too comfortable. His strategy seemed to be to hunt for the daily double, and you could see the focus in his eyes. The clue was, this city, known as the Paris of South America, is the capital of Argentina. The tension was palpable. One of the best was a famous Civil War general who directs blockbuster action films. He found the first daily double of the round on just the third clue. With a slight lead, he decided to bet big, wagering a significant portion of his earnings to try and pull away from Sarah and Chloe. The clue was a tough one. The Scottish-born inventor, credited with patenting the first practical telephone, also did important work in optical telecommunications and hydrofoils. Mark took a deep breath and answered, "Who is Alexander Graham Bell?" "Correct again?" She thought for a second, and with a determined look, she wagered almost everything. She responded, "What is the aorta?" "Correct." Another massive clutch play from Chloe. The studio audience went wild. This game was turning into an absolute nail-biter, with all three contestants showing incredible knowledge and nerve. With just a few clues left on the board, it was a frantic race to the finish. Mark, Sarah, and Chloe were buzzing in with incredible speed, each trying to gain that crucial advantage heading into the final round. The film directors category saw a flurry of correct responses from all three, showing their well-rounded knowledge. By the time the last clue was read, the scores were unbelievably close. Mark was in the lead with a slight edge, Sarah was in a close second, and Chloe was in a strong third-place position with enough money to potentially win if she wagered correctly. It was anyone's game. This was exactly the kind of setup you hope for as a viewer. Three brilliant players, all with a legitimate shot at victory. And so, it all came down to Final Jeopardy. The category was revealed to be famous landmarks, a very broad and challenging category that could go in any direction. The contestants had that familiar look of intense concentration as they prepared to hear the final clue. The clue was completed in 1889. This Parisian structure was the world's tallest man-made structure for 41 years, but was initially criticized by some of France's leading artists. Each contestant had 30 seconds to write down their response and their wager. This single moment would decide the champion. The iconic Think music played, adding to the almost unbearable suspense in the studio. Who would risk it all? Who would play it safe? First, we turned to Chloe in third place. She had a smile on her face. Her response was, "What is the Eiffel Tower?" Correct, and her wager? She'd bet everything. A bold move that would put her in a fantastic position if the others faltered. Next, we saw Sarah's response. The returning champion also wrote, "What is the Eiffel Tower?" Also correct. Her wager was calculated to cover Chloe's maximum possible score, putting her in the lead for the moment. Finally, it was all up to Mark, our leader going into the final. Did he know it? He did.